Hey guys, Wayne here at the Diesel Stop. I wanted to make a correction on yesterday's video about one thing that I said, and I ended up doing another thing there, and luckily your beekeeper caught it, because I wasn't thinking about it when I done it here, and I'm going to explain to you guys what I done here. This, like I said, was the AFC housing there, part of it, and then this is your diaphragm, and underneath it's your fuel pin. Well, I ended up saying it two different ways on the position to run your fuel pin, and I called it the number 4 position and I called it the number 3 position, which I'll show you guys what I meant. I ended up running it right here on the number 3 position, which this is actually how I meant to say it, running that fuel pin on the number 3 position, the front of your injection pump being here, the number 3 being here on your fuel pin. And that there, guys, is the steepest fueling part on your fuel pin. Okay, so number 3, if you look at it, that's the steepest ramp on your fuel pin right there. So if you look, number 4 would be where it was at factory wise. So you can see these marks that are cut into the side of this pin right here, and that's because of another pin that comes on the inside of your injection pump right here that rides on the fuel pin right here as it goes up and down, guys. So anyhow, if you're gonna do this right here, this turning this fuel pin, just make sure that you got the number 3 facing the front of the motor. I know I said number 4 because that's how I was looking at it in the truck. So, but yeah, actually that's how I put it in there, and that's what I meant to say is the number 3 spot on the injection pump. And I really appreciate your beekeeper for giving me a heads up on my mistake there. But yeah, so whenever you run your fuel pin in there, guys, make sure you got it in the number 3 position, number 3 facing the front of the motor, okay? And number 1 is going to be facing the firewall. One of the other things that I didn't show you guys yesterday, because my memory card didn't save this video for some stupid reason or another, this is your throttle screw right here, your idle screw. So it's just a matter of breaking this 10mm nut loose right here, and then getting yourself a screwdriver, or the best way, however you can get in there to it, because it is very difficult to get to with this return line into the side of the injection pump here, guys. So you'll have to play with that a little bit to get this idle turned down a little bit after you turn up your fuel screw, guys, your power screw. And it's very difficult to get to because you only got like this much room in between the block and the injection pump to break that nut loose, and then it's really difficult to turn this idle down. So keep that in mind there, guys. And that's pretty simple on how to turn the idle down on the VE injection pump. It's just a little bit of a difficult area to get to. So a lot of guys were asking questions about killing the fuel mileage whenever I did turn that power screw up on this thing. And turning up the power screw and playing with this smoke screw and the star wheel inside the pump, here's the thing that a lot of guys do not realize. If you see a diesel pouring out a lot of black coal, that's a potential horsepower that you can gain there, and it's very easy to clean that up with some propane assist or nitrous oxide. If you watch a lot of the drag trucks, whenever they take off from the line at the very first, they're just absolutely pouring the black coal out. But after they get off the line, the fuel cleans up pretty nicely on quite a few of the drag trucks, because they do have propane assist or nitrous, and as all they're doing is using up that on-burnt fuel and making more horsepower. So and you'll see some drag trucks out there where they just smoke all the way from the start all the way to the finish, and that's probably because they're not using any kind of propane assist or nitrous oxide, guys. And eventually, later on down the road, I am going to add some propane assist to this truck here, so it's going to clean up this black smoke, and then I'll be able to gain some horsepower out of that, guys. So That's another thing that I wanted to talk about there. And I'm going to show you guys how I ended up with some turbo lag yesterday. There was somebody that made a comment that it didn't spool very fast. It took a long time for it to spool up, and I'm going to show you guys what happened and what's causing that in my situation. With the modifications that I made to this injection pump in my Chevy Cummins yesterday, I've got a big enough turbo to support that amount of fuel, because I have not upgraded the injectors yet. So anyhow, there's only so much fuel you can get out of these injection pumps, and that's why a lot of guys that are into the racing and stuff, they'll go to the P7100 injection pump, because they can support a larger amount of fuel. They could actually do about 10 times the amount of fuel of what this little pump here can. Hey guys, another thing that I wanted to talk about here real quick is I'm going to be installing this boost elbow on this Chevy Cummins that I'm playing around with here a little bit. And what this boost elbow does is it'll actually pinch off the air supplied to the wastegate from the compressor side housing of the turbo. And the factory elbow is set about 22 pounds. So with this right here, you can get up to about 35 pounds of boost out of an HX35 turbo with this little boost elbow right here, guys. And keep in mind, if you got a small downpipe on your truck and you don't have a larger downpipe, you're actually going to be creating yourself a longer turbo lag. So the bigger the downpipe and the bigger the exhaust on the truck, the less turbo lag that you're going to have. So I'm going to show you guys why I have turbo lag. Hey guys, I wanted to show you the reason why I have a longer lag time on this turbo now that I've turned up the fuel on this injection pump on this truck here. And as you can see, this air filter's been collapsed. It's actually been sucked in. So that right there tells you that turbo is not getting enough air supply whenever it starts sucking the air filter and collapsing it. If you guys remember in my other videos talking about this air filter, this is a temporary air filter. And you don't want to run an air filter right next to your exhaust manifold if you're going to be trying to run it on there permanently anyhow, because right here's your exhaust manifold, and you're pulling heat straight in from your exhaust manifold into your turbo, and you're actually preheating the air that gets pulled into your turbo, causing yourself higher EGTs. Okay, so the right way to do this, and I'm going to get to it eventually here, is get rid of this air filter, throw it in the trash can, and then get a nice 90 and some pipe and run it out here to where the right underneath this camera is sitting right here. This Chevy here, it's got 2 batteries in it, so I'm going to take one of the batteries out, and I'm just going to run the one battery and put a nice air box and everything in and get this done the right way. But this right here is the problem for me having a longer lag time, and as like I said, what I mean by lag time, it takes longer for the turbo to spool up, guys. So the next thing that I want to do here is this right here is your boost elbow right down there. As you can see, the other end of that hose, that's your wastegate down there, guys. So what we're going to do is change this boost elbow out right here and get rid of this 22-pound boost elbow and stick this 35-pound boost elbow in here, guys. So that there, guys, is the proper way to put the fire out if you got a runaway. Whatever you do, don't put your hand up against that thing and try to put it out, because your hand's going to go in that little compressor wheel right there, and you're definitely going to lose your hand. So anyway, guys, as soon as I get my other air filter set up on here, we're going to be playing with this boost elbow a little bit. There's no point in messing with that boost elbow right now with the temporary air cleaner that I do have. So anyhow, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.